What's up guys? Welcome back to The Product Designer. Jimmy here. So when we're first starting in on a new class project, there are a lot of different things that we need to start thinking about. Things like, well, what do we want to start designing? And then we get into the research and the competition and the sketching and the iterations and the CAD and renderings and prototype. There are so many different things, and it's really up to the designer to really allocate how much time and resources and money that they really want to spend in each one of these phases. And that can get pretty confusing and complicated sometimes. And so what I've done is really broken it down into two categories that we can focus on and understand to really improve the quality of work we end up producing. And these two categories is content and presentation. So let's talk about this, guys. So what do I mean when I talk about content? Well, content pretty much is going through the process of product design. This is figuring out who the user is, figuring out what needs that they have and what problems that they have so that we can come up with creative and the best solutions. And is it manufacturable? Does it have good packaging? Does the style of it fit with our user? And if the user is going to like this kind of style aesthetic of the product, it's really just putting in the work and love to develop a great product. I mean, that's really all I mean by this. You might think that that is everything that we do, right? Isn't that what we do? We always try to strive and design great products. And yes, that is true. But there is a whole nother side of the story, and that's presentation. So presentation is really, really important, especially when it comes to students and developing our portfolio. Because at the end of the day, we're not really planning on taking it any further than just renderings and our prototype. And the goal is to develop a very nice portfolio piece so that hopefully we can show to an employer and we could get that job we always wanted, right? And so we're not necessarily going to be sending this off to a manufacturer to get it made and packaged and sold to the masses. Planning on doing something like that, you better nail the content aspect of it and develop an amazing product. But when it comes to students, if we're not going to be doing this, what we really need to nail is the presentation. How well did we design this product? How well are the renderings and the layouts and the graphics? I mean, think about when you're actually flipping through somebody's portfolio. You don't necessarily read every single thing that they did, follow all of the research that they did. You're really just looking at the good parts, the renderings and the layouts and the juicy stuff, right? And so that's why I think that presentation is just as important as the content when it comes to student projects. We all know of that designer that probably could have worked a little harder in developing their project, but they can just jump in front of the class and start selling their ideas using their confidence and their salesmanship in order to intrigue the professor and the class. And that is just a good reflection on how powerful presentation really is. But us here at The Product Designer, of course, we are all rock stars and we're trying to do our best. So, of course, we are nailing the content aspect of it because it's such a crucial part of learning industrial design. And eventually, of course, once we're graduated and become professionals and wanting to develop our own products, either for us or for other people, we're gonna need to know how to do things the right way. But of course, we are nailing that presentation so that when people view our portfolio, they are intrigued about what we're designing and what we're actually doing. So that is a huge way to improve upon our incredibly important portfolios to be able to land the job we always wanted. So the question really is, guys, what are some other ways to improve on your portfolio?